What's up? What's up? It's your boy 3-2, man. Y'all know what it is. This was free, man. This is number one, man. The first one. Uncho. So what I want to get into first, man, I kind of just want to start with where I came from and how I got to this point. What is this about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why I even brought this to y'all? Why I thought this was relevant? Why I thought y'all should even, put y'all time into this. So basically, my sophomore year, which was 2017, this was right after football season. So first semester, end this first semester, second semester, I had really hit a real bad rough patch, and I mean I'm used to it. Like I done play football, I done had rough patches, like I done had losing seasons. You know what I'm saying? I done had seasons I ain't winning games. So like I done went through some hard times, like, I thought anyway. So like I ignored it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really pay attention to it. I didn't really count the signs. I didn't really pay, much I didn't give much importance, you know what I'm saying? I didn't place much value on the things that I was going through, you know what I'm saying? I just kind of put it to the side and went through life. And about midway through sophomore year, man, I kind of realized like something not right. Like every day, you know what I'm saying, I'm feeling these ways. Like every day I was feeling like I was feeling like, man, like my life was worthless for real, like. And I mean, it's kind of crazy to think that I was thinking like that. I mean, a lot of my friends would probably look at me like I would have never known, like, but it was days I ain't come on my room, man. I wouldn't go to class, nothing. Like, I just sat there, like, in my thoughts, like, feeling sorry for myself, basically, and just, from the start of that process to really, like, the beginning of, like, July of 2019, I went through a lot of things, and I feel like going through them alone was the wrong idea. I should have reached out for support. I should have reached out for help because I could have got through it a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? I did get through it. You know what I'm saying? I did get through it. But I just feel like, what I went through definitely motivated me to hopefully help somebody to, talk about it, because we do lose a lot of people because they don't find their way out of that. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't have that support. They don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, they belong. And really, they just a conversation away from realizing that, life ain't, as bad as we see it. You know what I'm saying? Life ain't as bad as, we feel. And I know, like, we can definitely get some real bad thoughts, you know what I'm saying? We could think real low of our own selves and carry that, you know what I'm saying, in our hearts. And the truth is, we lie to ourselves oftentimes, man. It's greatness within you, and you just, right now, you scratching through the surface and finding it, and it's just so dark because there's no light right there. But where you going, there's going to be light, man. So keep climbing, man. Shed light on my situations, you know what I'm saying? I'm being my authentic self, you know what I'm saying, 100%. Yeah, so that's really where, all this is coming from. I was motivated by what I went through, I feel like nobody should go through those things alone. I feel like nobody should have to, And at the end of the day, I feel like as much as we talk on these social media outlets, we're not talking about the right things. We focus on so much of the negativity, and we miss those subtle hints that, people are often dropping because our timelines are flooded with so much of the other things, so much of entertainment, so much of fake news, so much of fake media. So I just wanted to get, my 2 cents out there, and hopefully, I could help somebody in a journey. Hopefully I could help somebody realize that they are, great. They are of greatness, and their life is, worth way more than where you see it at right now. And, you know, hopefully my journey, hopefully the things that, you know, I can point out, the guidance that I can give, you know, the resources that I can hand out will shed a little light on your situation and help you to progress forward, you know, and because that's really what this is all about, you know, to help you get out of that place that you see as so low in your life, you know, to get you out of that low space, to get you, you know, on a climbing angle. So that's what I'm setting this out for. That's what What's Free is, you know, to free you from everything that you've been, you know, limiting yourself from, to free you from the life that you currently see, to free you from the limitations that the world set on you, to free you from the insecurities that you have within yourself, to free you from whatever is holding you back from. Again, this is just to help out, you know, someone. So please like, please share, subscribe, you know what I'm saying, hit the bell, you know what I'm saying, so you get notified. Check out the description below. I do have my website there. I have all my social media. Follow me. If you don't feel comfortable dropping a comment below, if you don't feel comfortable, you know what I'm saying, hitting me up on Facebook, please hit me in my directs, man. You know what I'm saying? I have an anonymous feature where you could log on my website and you could drop an anonymous thing and we could talk anonymously. You know what I'm saying? Get the help that you need. You know what I'm saying? Don't suffer in silence. You do not need to suffer in silence. We do not need anybody else suffering in silence. It's not okay. Get the help you need. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole team behind me. And we here to help, man. We here to try to, you know, just have that conversation, if nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody to listen to you, if nothing else. Please do not suffer in silence. Please do not suffer in silence. You know what I'm saying? Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. So one of the first things I kind of want to talk about is, you know, the awareness of the state that you're in, you know, because it took me a while to realize, like, depression was what it was. You know, I was like, I'm having a rough patch. Sophomore year turned into, you know, my first year out of school. My first year out of school turned into my second year out of school. And it's like, hold on, G. You been 2 years now? It's like, D, what's up, bro? What are you feeling, man? Why are you feeling this way? And it's like, my situation that I was currently in, it didn't help, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was already emotionally at war with myself. And then, like, I was in hostile environments as well, you know what I'm saying? Being at work, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, me and wasn't always, you know what I'm saying, eye to eye. So we bumped heads a lot. We was young, you know what I'm saying? So that, you know, also didn't contribute, you know, to the situation in a positive way. We also had a baby. So, like, I had a lot of stress factors, you know what I'm saying? We both had a lot of stress factors, which caused us to bump heads, you know what I'm saying? So just all of that at once, like, you know what I'm saying, was just rolling. And it was like you ever see a boxing match, man, and, like, you just know dude finna just fall, man, and he just getting boom, bow, just right, left, jab, hook, left, jab, hook, left. And it's like, bro can't move, he can't dodge, man. He just, and he won't fall. He won't fall. Dude hitting him with everything he got, bro. Referee, like, he like, man, I don't know whether to break this up or what, man. But he going in, he giving it to him, just and he just wants. That's how everything. It felt like everything was hitting me, bro. Everything, bro. And then, like, the decision I was making, like, it wasn't helping nothing. So it was like I was compounding the negativity with my actions. Then I was fighting myself. I had everything good. So it was like, bro, it was hell for a minute, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was real hell. And then, like, I caught a break because she went off and did a little service time, you know what I'm saying? And during that time, I really, you know, some of the stuff started to subside, you know. Some of the I started to be able to focus a little bit more. The noise started to turn down just a little bit. And then I was aware. I was like, okay, I'm just depressed. I'm in this slump because of how I look at myself. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while. It took me, like I said, 2017 all the way up to like 2018 easily. You know what I'm saying? 2018 easily. Talking May of 2017 all the way up until like October of 2018. No. Shoot, really? Yeah. That's about right. It took me about yeah, it took me that long, yeah. Cause she left October, yeah. So it took me a while. You know what I'm saying? It took me a year and some change just to figure out that that's where I was. You know what I'm saying? You have to be aware so you can fix the problem. If you don't even know you got a problem, of course, you're gonna go through life. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, oh, it's another situation. You know what I'm saying? It'll blow over. Like it's like an injury. You know what I'm saying? 6 to 8 months, I'll be alright. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be cool. But like this, it hung around. You know what I'm saying? This was 2 years now. Like dang man, what's going on? And I never really felt like that. You know, I never really, you know what I'm saying, felt the weight of the world just on my shoulders suffocating me every day. I never felt like my brain, like, literally fighting me every day. Like, I would have a thought, and immediately I would have, like, a controversial thought that was, like, fighting that one. It was like, what? Like, I was always confused, man. It was to the point, like, I didn't want to talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to think nor talk. Like, I just wanted to be numb, bro. Just numb. Because nothing made sense. Like, nothing made sense. And I hated it. And eventually, like, you know, you start to resent yourself, like, you know, and outwardly it shows. You know, the way I dress, I stopped crying. You know, the way I carry myself, the way, you know, I groom, the way I, you know, everything, bro. Everything changed. Like, I stopped caring about who I was outwardly because I didn't care about who I was inwardly no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hating myself. And that build, you know what I'm saying? Because again, you don't know until you know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you don't know until you know. So I had to start asking myself why I was feeling the way I was feeling, you know? And when I started questioning it, like I started to see, you know, and I had some real cool friends. Like my best friend at the time, man, she was like real instrumental in helping me, you know, to like just talk it out, you know, like again, we all need people to just be there and hear us out, you know what I'm saying? Just hear our side of the story because oftentimes when you in that state, you feel like nobody's listening anyway, you know what I'm saying? You feel like the world is kind of like they listen to you, but they move on. But, like, she genuinely, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she would call and she would check in on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would have 2-3 hour conversations, you know what I'm saying? In person or on the phone, you know what I'm saying? And then she would, you know, check in, you know what I'm saying? And then we developed a system where, like, every morning we would send something positive, you know? And then it was, like, those little small things helped me in such a small way. And, like, over time, like, I think, like, over a period of, like, 7-8 months of doing that, like, I started feeling a whole lot better. Like I started moving different. I started feeling different. I started dressing. I started grooming. Like my life started going again. I'm like, okay, I was picking up a little momentum. The train was trying to get going. I was like, okay, I can rock with this. And then what I neglected was I had auto shut off the noise. But I didn't manually do it. I didn't get that process. You know what I'm saying? It was auto done. Like it was just one day I just woke up, you know, through like the positivity and stuff, like the noise just went down, I guess. But like I never really paid attention to the why. Like, you know what I'm saying? The noise just disappeared in my head. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the positivity was working. You know what I'm saying? So when Love of My Life gets back, the noise comes, you know, the noise gets turned up a little bit. You know, there's a little sense, you know, there's some tightness between us, of course. And part of that is my fault, you know what I'm saying, in going through what I was going through, the depression. Like, I neglected, you know, my duties as her boyfriend, my obligations and responsibilities. You know, I wasn't writing her while she was away, you know what I'm saying? She was 16 hours away, alone, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't there emotionally for her. And again, you know, we do get consumed in our everyday life that we do forget, you know, the small and simple things. But I encourage everybody to try, you know, to maintain those small, simple things, because again, those small, simple texts are what got me out. You know what I'm saying? So me sitting down, taking the time to write letters, you know what I'm saying, would have definitely went a long way in helping, you know what I'm saying, a lot of other things. But I wasn't thinking, whole holistically, you know what I'm saying? I was still like just figuring out how to like love me. So like I had neglected a lot of other, parts of my life, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about school, like I wasn't thinking about work really. Like I was going, but like I wasn't really, it's just work, you know what I'm saying? I went, you know what I'm saying? But I was more so working on me, and I neglected everything else. And I mean, in hindsight, like I feel like that was the best decision for me then, like definitely. But it definitely hurt a lot of people, and it really put a nice crack in a lot of my relationships with people. And good or bad, I don't know. But again, like those are the small factors that will send you backwards. So I had that little small momentum, and then love of my life is back, and the guilt sets in on me, you know what I'm saying? She's throwing extra at me, and then like I'm sensing things are off, and now I'm feeling bad again. The worth is going down again, and it's like, damn, I'm back where I was. So now I'm back. It's like, okay, I've gotten out of this before, so I know I can do it again. What did I do to get out of it? And the first thing I thought of was she left. Like some of the noise went away. So I was like, okay, I gotta mute some of the noise. And my first instinct was move out, move out, move out. And that's what I did. I moved out. And I said, okay. When I finally got my place, I got the keys the first night. I slept there. I didn't feel no change. I said, okay, it's not gonna be overnight. Give it some time. And so like I had my furniture, I had my bed, all that good stuff. Boom, I'm straight. So I move in a little 1 bedroom apartment, a little rundown apartment complex, but it's mine, so I ain't tripping. I got my own peace and space, like I could turn the noise down. Well, that didn't last long, and me personally, I'm a big believer in God. Kinda always lets me know when my decisions are good and bad, and so when I ran looking for peace, while I was able to give my mother refuge, I squandered away my actual peace. You know what I'm saying? So the peace that I was looking for, I never got for the entire time that I moved out, actually. But I did, give my mother refuge, and then it worked out, No complaints, really. But again, that instinctive, I should have found other avenues to turn down my noise. If you notice, what I'm doing here is I'm going back and I'm telling how I got to this point, but I'm also pointing out where I may have made errors. Because what you have to do is you have to start being honest with yourself. You have to start being honest with the things that you are doing. Because if you don't take accountability, then one, the problem's never going to get fixed. Because if you only feel that one person's at fault, then one, it's not a relationship. Because a relationship is a dual way. That's a two-way street. You can't have you can't have a relationship with yourself, but even then, there's, two factions of this. You have the person and you have the mind. So it's like, there has to be two things. You know what I'm saying? Something has to receive something and something has to be given. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I started going back, and I started seeing my errors. I started accepting my accountability. I started seeing like, yeah, okay, she was right here. She was right there. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did do that. Yeah, and if I hadn't done that, then I would be able to point the finger flawlessly. But since I can't point the finger, if I can't point the finger flawlessly, I can't point it at all. There's no such thing as, yeah, I did this, but you did that. Yeah, you right, I did that. You right. You totally right. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, again, like, I don't want you guys to take this as a tic tac thing, as for my people that are in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like women do need to do a better job at taking accountability. I do feel like men also need to do a better job at taking accountability. Uh, so yeah, it's not on one side of the spectrum, it's on both sides. But getting back to the story, so I moved out July 2017. So by this point, like I know what's wrong with me. I know like what's going on. I moved my mother in shortly after, like the beginning of August. And even still, like I'm determined. I'm like, okay, cool. I got a little extra help if I need it, and I can still, do me. No big deal. A little bit more cramped, so my mind gets a little bit more cramped too. But then it's also like I got my running mate. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my brother we close as hell. So like having him, under the same roof with me, you know what I'm saying? I felt like that was gonna help. So I had somebody to talk to on a day-to-day basis. I still have my best friend too. So like I was working through things. So like I'm making headway, of course, through like December, and I feel like I'm on a good path. I make some decisions prematurely, and by February I was pretty much back in that little funk. So now I'm kind of seeing like this little up and down roller coaster, this up and down roller coaster. Like I'm there, I'm not, I'm there, I'm not, I'm there, I'm not. Okay, cool. So February come up, boom, I'm climbing. Like it's like at this point, like I got the formula down. Like as soon as I feel myself in, as soon as I see myself, hitting a certain point, it's like, all right, cool, no, let's get it. And I'm climbing out. So February through May, like I'm climbing, I'm coming hard. You can't see me, bro. You ain't gonna see me. You can't touch me. And May hits, I make a decision. Again, God shows me when decisions are right, when they're wrong. When the right time. So this June, what I'm saying? That's when God showed me. So May come, then June come. God showed me, nah, that ain't you, bro. Okay, buddy. I hear you loud and clear. So now I'm back on the mission. So now I'm really mad at myself because I keep allowing myself back into, like I keep making these decisions. Like the decisions were similar, you know what I'm saying? So I keep making these same decisions or similar decisions and ending back in the place I don't want to be. So now I was like, okay, I gotta figure out what's wrong with me that makes me make these decisions. And so I started asking them questions again, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just more so work your way out of it, you know what I'm saying? Because I was working my way out of it. The first time, like, I was finding ways, you know what I'm saying, to build my credit, you know what I'm saying? I was working on my credit, and then, like, I went to trying to buy a house. And after that, it was moving out, and it was trying to do meditation and working out. And then it was doing 2 jobs to stay busy. Then it was real estate. And then this last time it was personal development. So, well, Forex, then personal development, the last time. So right before this last time was Forex. So now it's like, I done had all these things that I done started and stopped. I done had all these things that I done collected, a fair amount of knowledge on. And then I discovered personal development. And it was in personal development that I found pretty much what I call the key to everything I need. Like, when I say since September, I've had some of the same scenarios come across my face. I had some of the same situations present themselves, and I have not going back. Since I have decided that I was no longer going to be a victim to my emotions, since I decided that I was no longer going to allow someone else to value me, to place value on me, to place value upon what I deem my life. I have not looked back. I just haven't. You know what I'm saying? I make decisions, and if I regret the decision, or if I feel like it wasn't the best decision, if I made a hasty decision, I apologize and I move forward. You know, there's looking back is really hard for me right now. Now, there is a form of looking back in the form of memories, you know what I'm saying? Because you have like triggers, right? So you have a certain thing that might trigger a memory. Somebody might do something or say something that might trigger a memory. And I have those. That is a form of looking back. Now, that is the only form that I've probably yet to get rid of, you know what I'm saying? But everything else, I've really managed to rid myself of, you know? The smaller insecurities, I don't parlay with those anymore, you know? Because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm a beautiful young black man. I feel like I am intelligent. And I feel like really like, I know I just said like 100 times, but I do honestly believe that I am a great man. You know, I'm a great dad. I'm flawed. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. Never. But I'm a loving guy. I'm a loving dude. I feel like I'm a loving partner. I feel like I'm a decent, you know, I'm a decent man. I have my flaws again. Working on a lot of things, but again, top to bottom, I'm a family man. I'm a good guy, and I feel like the love of my life loves me. I love her, and you know, at the end of the day, despite the differences and the things that we bump into, you know, I feel like we truly are in it, you know, to win it with each other. So I'm saying that to say, like, support systems mean something. You know, I had my best friend in the beginning. I had my brother in the middle, you know. And then I had my mentors, you know, towards the end. And, again, that collective, you know what I'm saying, that collective as a group was what, you know, helped me really climb all the way out. Like, I was able to climb out, but I was always falling back in. I was able to scale up, but I was never able to get all the way out. You know what I'm saying? But it was all of them in tandem, you know what I'm saying? Because when I was using my best friend and my brother in tandem with my mentor, it was like I was getting 3 different perspectives, but I was learning 3 different people. You know what I'm saying? I was learning 3 different things. So it was amazing and unique just to think about it that way. And once, you know, that did sink in for me, like I had these 3 different perspectives, I was able to really piece together a more clear picture, because the consistency in what they were saying was really what I needed. You know what I'm saying? The nuances definitely were, you know, to be considered, but for the most part, the things that they were consistent in saying was what I really followed and stayed true to, and that's what really helped me when I was stuck, when I felt like I didn't have anything or had work, you know, in life. So again, just get you a support system, man. If you don't have a support system, if you don't have a best friend, you don't have somebody, I'm sorry, my lips are super dry. But if you don't have anyone to talk to, if you don't have anyone to speak to, again, check the link below, man. Check the link below. My web page. Sign up, you know, and then do an anonymous comment. Comment below. It's a little bit more local, but if you want to be more private, again, the webpage, you could be anonymous. You get in my directs. All my social medias are down there. Again, I'm here to help. I want to help whoever I can. And if you need it, I got it. I got a team that's, you know, here to help. And, you know, we're ready. We're ready. We're ready to get you to the next step. We're ready to get you on the next, you know, road to greatness in your life. So, again, like, subscribe, click the bell so you can be notified. 3-2 was free. You know what it is, man. 3-2 out.